back after a long break during the holidays. I've been very busy this winter, not exactly with the farm, but I started a new job there recently, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, the farm has definitely kept us all busy as well. But yeah, I don't have as many hours in the day as I'd like to spend on the farm, and that, especially with the current situation, but that'll soon change, is the plan. But my granddad has been doing most of the fodder now this winter. My brother as well. I've barely put out a few bales, just the timing's never right, and they're always out during the day before I come home. So yeah, I've been missing that part of it, but yeah, my brother's working full time as well there, so he's just about getting home a couple hours before me and getting the job done. But yeah, my granddad's been playing an absolute blinder this year. Just incredible to see a man of his age. He's about to turn 90 on Monday the 7th of February, so everything has been running really smoothly. Only thing, a bit of a surprise there. Yesterday, it was the 3rd of February, we had a calf, and it's out of this cow, 233. So yeah, it's a bit too dark to film anything inside there, unfortunately, and I don't want to disturb it too much. It's very cold evening today, but yeah, 233, big old cow. She's about 6 or 7 year old, the cow. She had a lovely Angus bull calf there yesterday. She wasn't due till the 5th of March and whatever. We were very surprised because we had nothing coming till the 28th of February, and this is the first year we've had the accurate reading. The first year the scanner is using the days, giving you days of gestation instead of weeks or that. So it's a bit more accurate that way. And also I'm using Herdwatch and I entered all the scanner results into the Herdwatch when the scanner was here, and it gives you the due date for all your cows. So yeah, she wasn't due till the 5th of March, but of course it's not the most accurate thing, not always right, might be slightly premature. She doesn't have the best hoof there on the back. She was missed when we had all the other cows feet done, or she's gotten lame there recently, but I don't know, is that something to do with her calving a bit early? But the scanner results might be slightly off as well, who knows. But we'll of course have to keep an extra eye out now for the other cows there due to calf. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, but the main thing is that she calved on her own and no difficulty. The calf is well and alive, and we will take the best care of it we can. So the rest of these lads we're going to separate out tonight maybe, but yeah, we'll put the cows due to calf up the front. I have a heifer there that is well pregnant, and she's turning into quite a big cow now, so she is. So she's out of that big Shirley, the mad cow that escaped the trailer that time and jumped the fence. So the new job is in a metal fabrication place. They have more machines for fabricating and steel work than I've ever come across, and I've been working on and off in the steel industry for the last 3 or 4 years, so I have been working with quite a few different fabricators and that, but they've definitely taken this place to the next level. They have all sorts of punches and press brakes and sheet metal machines that I'm not really familiar with, but becoming familiar with. And as well as that, they have their own laser cutter, they have whatever, they have every sort of machine, and they can nearly make anything under the sun in this place. Working on, now that mightn't mean anything to half of you or most of you, but It's definitely something I can work with, and I have a lot of very interesting projects for the farm and for YouTube coming in the near future, and hopefully we can work those into to what we do. Now today's video is on the sheep. They were giving me a bit of trouble. Now today's video is on the sheep. They were giving me a bit of trouble again. Breaking out onto the road actually happened a second time, and we had to bring them up to the house and sort them out some way. Brought them up to the house, tried putting them in the garden. There's 5-foot stone walls all the way around it, 8-foot wall on one side. But they weren't in there 2 minutes before they did this.
Get rid of them sheep.
I think I'll have to. But I had no choice but to put them in the shed for about a week or two. I'm going to keep them until they lamb, and we'll see what happens after that. But if anything, they did rush me to invest and learn a bit more about mains electric fences. And I got, what was it, a Gallagher M120, small yoke, didn't cost much really. That yoke does about 10 acres. It'll be handy for around the house and the yard, and might do that field out there, and might be able to let them out there for the spring and expand it on again, and just keep them out of the meadows. They won't be able to graze any of the meadows, but sure, we'll look and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just put up this cheap and cheerful fence, but I gave it a wee test with that bit of a setup, and 8 kilovolts. This yoke is coming in very handy. I actually didn't think I'd need it, but look, the first time I'm kind of setting up a bit of a mains fence. But I did have a tester that you just stick, you have the big long wire on it, and you stick a probe in the ground, and then you have a brass probe in your hand, and that would test it. But this yoke is wireless, and you just have to put it near the yoke, and that's it done. But you might have seen as well, I just left no opportunity for them at all. I didn't want to bring this around, so put the post there, and they'd be able to jump this stone wall even after doing all the rest of it. So bit of scrap sheep wire, bit of a mixture of all bits, get the job done. But did the same over in that yoke, and I just run it underneath with again just a bit of extension cable. Not ideal, not recommending anyone to do this. You see the same thing here. I just wrapped up a bit of wire, I could probably tie that together, and just stapled it to this, and just keeps them out of there, because I wasn't able to drive a stake any closer to the wall. So that's my solution for that, and we still have our gate and our wire run along the bottom. So now in this corner beyond the gate again, I have our feeder, which could do with a restoration. I'm planning on restoring that sometime soon, just painting it up and replacing all the sheeted galvanise. But I think we'll put a bale of hay in here for them. The homemade hay that we have. We went through a lot of it. I made a 18, 19 bales. First time ever baling with our small round baler there. Just hay at the end of the season after we got it delivered. But it'll be perfect because the bales from the contractor actually don't fit in this yoke, or they just about do, and it's just a pain getting them in, so I might try out some of that hay. But yeah, we'll give them a bit of hay there and everyone should be happy out. Still feeding them 15 of nuts here and there. To be good for rearing a few calves as well, I imagine, this little spot. And I got a JFC drinker, a small green one. It's only about less than a foot off the ground, so ideal for sheep, lambs, calves, everything. And I'm going to steal a bit of water out of the drinker the other side of this wall and run a bit of the 1/2 inch heavy gauge over and probably put it somewhere here. But yeah, I think this would be a very handy spot for rearing a few calves if I plan to do that in the spring, which I might. Alright, bale of hay there as well. But yeah, we'll get the hay out and we'll see about the rest of it. I might have mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. I am pleasantly surprised with just the product here that I was sent, the boundary blade. You see it has the serrated edge and it's just perfect for cutting this nylon electric fence rope or the tape stuff. Blade on the front of it, obviously very sharp. It'll probably keep an edge for a good long while as well without sharpening it, and fantastic for bales. I'd say the serrated edge helps with that as well. I don't know how much use I have for this bolt cutter, but obviously it makes sense to use the space there on the blade. Fantastic electric fence tester. I didn't actually think this is a product that I needed, but I'm really glad that I have it now. So I better let you know where to get the boundary blade. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it off their website, boundaryblade.com. I'm sure if you just search boundary blade into Google, you'll be able to find it that way as well. But great product. I actually found it way more useful in person, setting up a fence and coming in and testing it every couple of days or every day just to make sure it's on and working all around them, keeping these sheep in. So a lot handier and a lot more useful of a product than I initially realised. Definitely worth the money. And you can save 10% if you use my discount code IDOAGRI. It's all one word. Enter it in when you're checking out on their website, and yeah, save 10% on your order. Make sure to make use of that while you can, and yeah, you'll definitely find this useful. So, just love. Couldn't get rid of them. Just look at this field at the minute. I have the 6200 looking beautiful. Like, it's looking beautiful, it's sounding amazing, and I finally have these Herdwicks a little bit under control, and they're very happy where they are. They have good shelter, good bit of grass. They'll turn out the hay, but we have a bit of hay for them now. Small little yoke of bale that it was actually the first bale out of the John Deere baler. We'll get to that again, but that was the first bale I've ever made, ever. Shocking bale. I didn't make it big enough. It was fairly round when it came out, but I didn't know anything about the twining either. But I got better at that with the second and third bale for sure. They came out very well. But that's the first bale I've ever made, and it's fed to my young flock of Herdwicks here, and 6200 is running, and I really couldn't be happier at this moment in time. I am delighted, absolutely delighted. There's improvements, there's things to be done for sure, but yeah, look, nothing's ideal either. None of this is ideal. Look, the 62 will take work. These lads, I'll have to make a hard decision on soon. But at this moment in time, I absolutely love farming. Make sure they don't escape on me. I'm trying to get out. Don't be so smart now. Don't be so smart. Oh, I have to be quick here now. Yeah. Here the 28th of August, and we have about 6-7 acres of hay down. It was light enough crop, and no better time than to try out the new, not the new, but new to us, John Deere baler behind the 6200. First time I've ever done any round baling or any baling of any sort, but I'm pretty sure it was all set up right. It's a nice clean baler, looks new, well kept. Got it off some nice lads up in Leitrim that walked me through it, so I think I'm well set to give it a go. No better day for it. I'm after getting 8 ewes, 8 Herdwick hoggets, and a 2-year-old Herdwick purebred ram. They're all purebreds, and yeah, I got sheep back on the farm today. So the 28th of August is quite a special day now for the farm. Just a lot of new things happening, but it's only about 4 days down. I turned it once, it was conditioner mower, cut it and rode it there today. So First bale out of the chamber. Tis a small one. I suppose I'll go to 5 or 6 under that. But look, it's a start. It's a start. Nice small bale. You can make between 3 and 6 foot bales in this yoke with the variable belt chamber, and you can tell it'll make a good bale once I get used to it. The twine I wasn't too sure about. I suppose you turn it on and you slowly flick it to the side, but it only got the 2 sides anyway. But look, learning curve. First bale out of baler, first bale I've ever made. It is a small yoke, which will be handy for a few sheep, so no doubt.